is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Glenn in Massachusetts. Hey, Glenn, what's going on?
You know what is good for us is Tom O'Brien providing an unbiased source of information for us investors. You don't have an agenda. It's just to cut through everything and to give us the facts. I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We're out 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Take action on your ideas. Doing your best means to take action. You have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there'll be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 1, the NASDAQ down 8, S&P's off 3.5, gold contract down $10.10, trading at $1,464 an ounce. Silver off 43 cents at $40.17 an ounce. Platinum down $28 at $1,785 an ounce. Copper off 4.5 pennies at $4.45 a pound. Light sweet crude down $3.62 a barrel, trading out at $109.17. Bonds up 6 ticks, trading at $118.10. Dollar index up 17 ticks at 75.29. Euro off 57 ticks at 144. Yen down 16 ticks at 84.60. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do we have out here? S&P today, you go from 1333, you close out at the 1324 level. We do volume out here of 818 million. You bring this back to the 22nd of February, folks. That's your downdraft with 1.32 billion shares. We came into that all of last week. It couldn't handle it. So what are we doing now? So now we pull back. You're at 1324. What we're going to be doing here is this. You're going to be going into the March 29th level. And at 29th, you had 800 million. It's going to be easy to break these lower levels because the volume was so light on the way up. What does that say? That says the next leg here is going to bring you to 1280. And at 1280 in the S&P, that's where you're going to have some acceleration in volume in a big way. The reason being is that on the 16th of March, we did 1.4 billion shares. So bottom line, the roll is on. That's where that little baby wants to roll down to. We go over to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. Dow Industrials today, 12,381. Dow is back inside the 12,391, which was the highs of February 18th. That's a false break topside. Dow is set up to get down to this 11,856 level. Now, over to the NASDAQ Composite. The composite itself, folks, has been weaker of the indices. The composite on the way back up, what had happened is that the composite had a high out there of 28.40. It got to 28.15, and it closed out that day at 27.99. Now, what you have inside the composite is this. When we had come downtown, you had come downtown with 2.4 billion. We had gone uptown with 2 billion. We rolled today with 2 billion. This composite here wants to get into the 2669 level to the 2603. The composite also, what you're going to have to see to break those levels is an expansion of volume. Right now, we did 2 billion. Down at those levels, it's going to have to start banging out to the 2.6 billion mark. Gold contracts. We go over to gold. We take a look at gold. That's what we have at gold. Gold today, high out there was 1478. Closed out at 1464. The gold will have to get back inside the 1447 to have a failure. That's the way that's set up. It doesn't have the juice up here. I suspect we're going to see that happen. Silver, we go over to the silver market. We take a look at silver market out here. What you have with silver out here today. But in both cases, by the way, they went to new highs. Silver got to a price point out here today of $41.97. It closed out at 42.24. We'll see whether that little baby is going to make its way, or how it's going to make its way back into this 36.74 area. Dollar. This is what it's all about, folks. Now, if we go over to the dollar and we take a look at the dollar, this is what you have happening with the dollar. First, I'm going to start with the contract that we're on right now. The dollar index, folks, we're dealing with the June contract. And what did the June contract do on Friday? What the June contract did on Friday is this. At 10 minutes to 4, contract gets spiked. It spikes the low out there, which was the 75.50 area. Spikes it good, too. When you take a look at the continuous contract, what it did is this. The continuous contract spiked and spiked right into the lows of 09. The last low out here of November of 010 was 75.23. That spiked into the 75.06 area. Where was that going? That was going into the November 09 area, which was the 74.21. Bottom line, I suspect what you have market-wise, you are at 75.28 again, so that means it got right back inside the November 010. It was spiking down at that level, and the bottom line, you're going to see the dollar go higher. And at 10 minutes of 4, perfect time to basically spike those lows, get a few of these computer-generated boxes out. But the bottom line, my take on it is that it didn't work, meaning it didn't work to accelerate the trade lower. You got the spike, and within basically another 6 hours, you got back inside that area. Teetering? Yes, teetering. Bottom line, though, you're back inside that area. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You know, when we take a look at the, Alcoa. Let's see what Alcoa has to say. Alcoa come out with numbers. Alcoa closed at $17.77. They halted the stock. Alcoa loves to do this, by the way, folks. Alcoa always halts this stock. You know, whether it's going up, down, or all around. They make a big deal out of it. The bottom line is that they basically missed their revenue. And Alcoa basically seems to do this on a continual basis. Now, in this particular case, the revenue is a big deal, meaning the miss, because what normally happens with Alcoa is that aluminum costs so much energy-wise, folks, that with high oil prices, they don't make as much money as they normally make. We'll see where this little baby does open up. But let's get back to, we've got a couple calls on this stock, and wait till you hear this, folks. This is so far over the top, it's unbelievable. Now, this is going to be, you're going to see this play out, no doubt, in the next couple days. And what the play out here is this. So check this out. This just absolutely blows my mind. Popular Inc., okay, is a bank holding company in Puerto Rico, the British Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic, and the United States. Okay, the low there is 237. The high is 422. And, we've got a few calls on it, last 3 or 4 weeks, okay? Bottom line, okay, is this. Now, check this out. This is pretty amazing. Let me get this in front of me because this number is unbelievable. Okay, so what you have here is this. New York Fed. This is going to just blow your mind. Okay. So Popular Inc., Puerto Rico's largest lender, has amassed record losses during the credit crisis and got $935 million from you and me, from U.S. taxpayers. Now a loan to a real estate venture overseen by the chief executive officer's nephew is burning a hole in the bank's book. So check this out. So the CEO's nephew is getting this loan, but check this. This gets heavier than that. Popular loaned the money 2 years ago to a developer controlled by Jose Vasconaro, whose uncle, Richard Carradine, is the bank's CEO, according to the March proxy filing. The nephew's company used the cash to buy a residential project in Puerto Rico that had defaulted on an earlier debt to Popular, the filing shows. Pouring more money into the project hasn't worked out. Now, but check this out. So the CEO gives his nephew the money. The nephew was on the board, okay, of the bank until 2 months ago, and the nephew was the one that sets Carradine's pay, okay? Now, let's go to the next step. The next step you're not going to believe, folks. This is the thing that's amazing. The loan is among the largest related party transactions linked, and since 2004, folks, okay, there's $33 million linked between these transactions. The bank, between 2007 and 2009, has posted $1.87 billion in losses. Okay, so to cut to the chase here, we got a CEO, you got his nephew that are fleecing the bank. They know they got him on $33 million. Now, here's the kicker. The kicker is that the CEO is a director in the Federal Reserve Board in New York since 2008. Let me tell you something. This thing is going to blow sky high. When we talk about inside trading, when you talk about the attorney generals from New York, when you talk about the feds, this thinks to high heaven. And this one here, bottom line, you're going to see this unfold, and someone's going to go in the clinker here, because someone's going to turn. You know, So what do you think? This just came out today, by the way. Bottom line, you can see you have the New York Fed, the board of directors of the New York Fed. They give the money out. They give the money to the bank. The bank turns around and gives it to his nephew, and they all blow their brains out. Amazing. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's see if Alcor start trading yet. They haven't started trading yet. I guess, well, maybe they have started trading. $17.74. They closed at $17.77. It looks like they're trading out there at $17.74. They might be just old trades. Some of the high-volume stocks we have out here today, let's take a look at them. You had Bank of America was flat. We had Ford off 47 cents. Citigroup was down 3. We had Intel up 2. This one got hammered. What the heck is this? Community Health. What's it? Community Health Systems. They got absolutely hammered. Whatever went on there. Holy cow. So this little baby's down $14 at $25. That just got absolutely toasted and roasted. We take a look at Big Blue. Big Blue was down 10 cents. You had Walmart up 28. The Gold Bugs Index was off $16.10. You had Hewlett Packard up 35 cents. Disney was up 13. Let's go over to good old Apple. You got Apple right now. What Apple is doing, folks, is this. Apple is going into the swing, and the swing is going into is a crucial one, folks. And it stopped right before it, and that's always dangerous. When I say always dangerous, it means that as it wakes up in the morning, it's going to have more energy. The swinging point that's going into is the 326.26. Apple is down $4.26 today. It's trading $3.30. That 326.26 is a big number. We're going to be right back, folks.